Good morning and welcome to XPulse AI Morning Mix. Today is Sunday, March 15th, 2026. We've got a huge read on big tech spending for AI data centers, plus a Microsoft push to put an AI Copilot into console gaming. I've got Orion with me. Ready to jump in?
Ready, let's do it.
Our lead story is about sheer scale. What did S&P Global say about 2026 spending?
S&P Global Market Intelligence reported on March 13th that Alphabet, Amazon, and Microsoft collectively pointed to about $495 billion of 2026 capex, much of it tied to dense AI data center buildouts, based on signals from their Q4 2025 earnings calls.
$495 billion. Is this mostly about training or the day-to-day inference grind?
S&P framed it as infrastructure for the long run, especially inference economics over 15 to 20 years. The idea is, training grabs headlines, but serving models at scale is the recurring cost center, so they're investing in power, networking, and capacity that can stay utilized across product cycles.
How should we read that number? Arms race or just catching up to demand?
Both. Demand is real: chat, search, copilots, ads optimization, video, enterprise workloads, but the strategic piece is locking in scarce inputs: sites, grid access, GPUs, and supply chains. Also, this is the most expensive game of who can keep latency low ever invented.
If this capex wave holds, what changes first for everyone else?
You'll likely see more pricing pressure and more bundled AI features, because once capacity is built, utilization matters, and the smaller clouds and model providers may have to partner, specialize, or pay a premium for compute when the big three are reserving so much of it.
On the product side, Microsoft is pushing Copilot deeper into entertainment. What's the update?
Games Radar Plus reported on March 13th that Microsoft told attendees at the Game Developers Conference that Gaming Copilot will arrive on current generation consoles later this year, expanding beyond earlier beta availability and positioning it as another touchpoint for in-game help and coaching.
What does Gaming Copilot realistically do on a console?
Think contextual assistance, tips, reminders, quest or build guidance, maybe accessibility and setup help, surfacing answers without you leaving the game flow. The key is whether it hooks into game state and permissions in a way developers actually support, rather than just being a generic chat overlay.
Is this a real platform move or just a feature checkbox?
If it's well integrated, it's a platform move, because it changes discovery and retention. If it's clunky, it's shelfware. The timing matters too. Consoles are stable hardware targets, so Microsoft can optimize latency, voice, and on-device experiences more predictably than on the Wild West of PCs.
Any second-order effect developers should watch?
Yes, support burden could shift. If Copilot becomes the first line of player support, studios will care about accuracy and spoilers, and they'll want control over what guidance is allowed. The winning version feels like a good coach, not a backseat driver.
Staying with infrastructure but zooming out to policy, what's happening in the UK with data center power connections?
Tech Radar reported on March 13th that the UK government plans to prioritize national grid connections for strategically important projects, including AI data centers and AI growth zones. They cited a 460% surge in transmission connection demand over 6 months, with some waits as long as 15 years.
And the fix is basically clear the queue and let builders do more themselves?
Exactly. The plan includes removing speculative or non-viable applications and exploring options for developers to build their own high-voltage lines and substations to speed connections. It's an admission that right now, the hardest part of building AI isn't the model, it's the megawatts.
One more on the governance side. Dell's CEO jumped into the Anthropic and Pentagon dispute. What did he say?
Also via Tech Radar on March 13th, Michael Dell commented on Anthropic's dispute after the U.S. government designated Anthropic a supply chain risk. He argued a private company can't realistically dictate how a sovereign government uses its tools, context being Anthropic resisting requests to relax Claude guardrails for military uses like mass surveillance or fully autonomous weapons.
Does that change anything or just underline the tension?
Mostly, it underlines the tension. Companies want enforceable usage boundaries, governments want operational flexibility, and procurement labels like supply chain risk can become leverage. Expect more contracts that bake policy into technical controls, auditing, logging, and model versions, because handshakes won't cover this anymore.
That's the mix. Nearly $500 billion in signaled capex from Alphabet, Amazon, and Microsoft as the data center build-out accelerates, plus Microsoft bringing Gaming Copilot onto current-gen consoles, and the UK and Pentagon debates reminding us that power and policy shape AI as much as code.
The common thread is constraints, compute, electricity, and rules, and whoever manages them best sets the pace.
If this helped you track what matters, pass XPulse AI Morning Mix to a friend or coworker who'd enjoy it. I'm Iris. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you tomorrow morning.
See you next time.